Bienvenidos de nuevo. Juguemos a Gabriel 9. La última vez estábamos viendo las vistas de Jackson Square y no hay nada más aquí de momento, así que nos vamos. Podemos visitar la Casa Napoleón, que no la hemos visto. Es el último sitio que nos queda por ver. No creo que podamos sacar mucho más en claro, pero bueno. Esta es la casa de Napoleón. Perdón. Esta es la casa de Napoleón. Vamos a echar un vistazo alrededor.
The Napoleon House is one of the French Quarter's very old, very classic neighborhood bars and restaurants. Gabriel is found here frequently.
Come on! Come on! I'm growing fungus already.
Shut up! You are a fungus.
Y estos dos.
A man in a loud tie stares morosely at a chessboard. A sharp-eyed gentleman in a grey sports coat hunches over a chessboard, chuckling to himself. That tabletop has an inlaid chessboard. An old wooden table holds some drinks and an ashtray. A young woman is enjoying drinks with her boyfriend.
Kinda cute.
A young man is deep into conversation with his girlfriend and feeling no pain.
Nah.
It's a bust of Napoleon. How apropos.
Yeah.
Gabriel and the bartender are old pals. His name is Stonewall King, and he knows everybody round here.
Bueno, un buen barman guarda sus secretos.
The bar is a 19th century antique in lovingly polished walnut.
Así que posiblemente pueda ser una fuente de información poco generosa.
A stereo and some old jazz albums occupy the back shelf.
Muy bien.
The door leads to Charter Street. Several fine old oils line the walls of the bar.
Creo que sí, ya lo hemos visto.
A street drummer has found a spot outside the Napoleon House.
Deben de gustarle bastante el percusionismo a la gente de Nueva Orleans.
The Napoleon House is one of the French Quarter's very old, very classic neighborhood bars and restaurants. Gabriel is found here frequently. Fancy old liquor bottles contribute to the general decor. The Napoleon... An unhappy-looking man explores the dangers of drinking alone. A small table, recently deserted, holds the remains of someone's drink. The Napoleon... An old wooden table holds some drinks and an ashtray. A chandelier casts a dim glow over the room.
Muy bonito. Bueno, ya hemos hecho un vistazo. Vamos a hablar con el barman. Con el señor. Bueno, podemos hablar con cualquiera realmente. Pero vamos a hacer una cosa que seguramente Gabriel haría.
Hello there.
Excuse me. I was talking to the lady.
And she was listening raptly, I'm sure. Hello there.
Excuse...
And
Con la señora o con la señorita. Perdón. Me he saltado un diálogo de estos dos. Jugando al ajedrez. Por cierto, uno siempre gana. Uno lleva no sé cuántos años ganando y el otro perdiendo todas las partidas.
can I ask you some questions?
Sure. You want to know my son?
On second thought, I don't think you could help. Forget it. Can I ask you some questions?
I'm trying to be with my lady here, pal.
Far be it from me to stand in the way of romance.
¿Seguro que no, Gabriel?
Hi, how's it going?
Could you excuse us? We're talking here.
Pero me gusta molestar. Y el bebedor solitario.
What's up?
Buddy, I think the place you're looking for is down on Bourbon.
What's...
Vale.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here to relax, friend. Buzz off.
Right. Sorry.
Muy bien.
Nothing like a good game of chess, huh?
Yeah, well, this isn't a good game. This is torture.
Oh, well. Have fun.
Agua.
So, having a good game?
I'm concentrating.
Fine. All right.
Muy bien. ¿Podemos preguntarles algo?
Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not the chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, you bastard, you're not.
Besides, I'm busy sucking poor old Sam dry. Go bug someone else.
Ah, you're a real sweetheart, Marcus, you bastard.
Bueno, pues os presento a la extraña pareja. Sam, que es el de la chaqueta morada, y Marcus, que es este de aquí. Llevan no sé cuántos años jugando al ajedrez y Marcus siempre gana.
Excuse me. I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
But game, this isn't a game, it's a slaughter.
He's right, you know, so let me die in peace, would you?
Y quizá podamos hacer algo para remediarlo. Pero vamos a hablar con el barman, que es el que nos interesa.
Hi, how's it going?
It's been worse.
Business picking up?
Some. Mostly locals, as usual.
You ever get tired of tending bar for a living?
Never thought much about doing anything else.
The weather's pretty crappy out there today.
I wouldn't know. I'd never get out of here before dark.
This looks like a lively crowd.
Lively crowds are trouble. These guys just sit and drink. That makes me happy.
Hi, how's it? Business?
Some.
Creo que no dice nada más.
You ever get tired of tending bar for a living?
Never thought.
The weather's pretty... This looks...
No,
Hi.
no parece. Bueno, vamos a interrogarle.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Estoy teniendo algunos
I'm
problemas
not
con
too
el
busy
sonido.
at the moment.
Esperemos que vaya todo bien. ¿Y por qué le vamos a preguntar? Por todo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? I don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
Interesante.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I'm no expert. You might want to talk to someone who believes in it.
Posiblemente.
I'm no...
Vale.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
It's all over the papers.
Yep.
Some kind of serial killings.
Algo así. Voy a servirme más agua mientras.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
They say a lot of voodoo stuff is found near the bodies.
Sí, pero dicen que también es parafernalia falsa.
What do you know about the voodoo murder?
Everybody's talking about them. It's starting to scare off the tourists.
Y eso no es bueno.
What do you know?
Everybody's talking.
Y sobre Nueva Orleans.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Greatest city in the world. I'd never want to live anywhere else.
Bueno. Sobre eso podríamos tener alguna charla.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
This city must get 1 million tourists a year, especially around Mardi Gras.
Pues se acerca el carnaval, desde luego. No, pero ellos me parece que celebran el carnaval en verano. Por allí. Tradición francesa.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
A lot of people come here because they think it's mysterious. All that talk about voodoo.
Desde luego sí que merecerá la pena verlo.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You should probably find a book on the subject, you know.
Qué ironía.
What can you...
You should...
Vale. ¿Y sobre las serpientes?
Do you know anything about snakes?
What about him?
Oh, just anything.
Man, you ask the weirdest questions.
Hmm.
I don't know anything about snakes.
Do you know...
I told you I don't know. I don't care either.
Vale.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I told you I don't.
Muy bien. Ahí esperas a Juan.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
All I know is it's some kind of voodoo holiday.
¿Más?
What's the significance...
People who believe in that stuff think it's a real special night. Magical.
Interesante. ¿Algo más?
What's the significance...
People who believe...
Nada. ¿Y qué perdéis encore?
Does the phrase caprice encore mean anything to you?
You know what goes in it?
I don't think it's a drink.
Oh. Then I probably don't know anything about it.
You know what goes in it se podría haber traducido más en el más dentro del contexto, para que quedase más dentro del contexto, como sabes lo que lleva o algo así.
Does the phrase caprice encore...
Never heard of it.
Vale. Bueno, vamos a preguntarle sobre el mismo.
Tell me about yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
Cierto.
Tell me about yourself.
A good...
Vale, no nos va a decir nada. ¿Y los clientes?
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
This crowd, the ones you see, are mostly regulars. That guy and girl in the corner come here a lot. When they're not fighting, they're all over each other. In other words, they're in love.
Qué bonito. ¿Más?
What can you tell me...
See those old guys at the chess table?
Ajá.
That's Sam and Marcus. They played every day for 20 years.
20 años.
Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time. By the way, Sam, the chess player, he's into that voodoo stuff.
Ah.
He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and stuff.
Really?
Gris.
Thanks.
Pensad en ello. Solo tenerlo en la mente. Eso de gris.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
I'd call you a regular, Gabe. And one of our local writer celebrities, too.
Gracias.
Been coming in here, what, 10 years now?
Don't remind me.
We're still waiting for that bestseller.
Don't hold your breath.
Vendrá. Será un éxito de ventas. Ya lo veréis.
What can you tell me about...
That's about all I can say about this crowd.
Creo que no nos va a decir nada.
What can you tell me...
That's about...
Nada. Y los
Tell
músicos.
me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes. You know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. I like
Curioso.
drums, but this character really gets on my nerves.
¿Y eso?
It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say, enough already.
Sounds like my life.
Bueno, supongo que están aprendiendo.
Tell me about the street...
Don't know what else I could say.
Vale. Sam y el vudú.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodooine and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch.
Sí.
Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day, he went up and talked to the girl. And, sure enough, she didn't reject him.
Vaya.
Now she's his wife. Poor guy.
Ajá.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
That's about all I can remember.
Muy bien. O sea que cree bastante.